Hello and welcome to this video around our pricing. So a lot of what we do is custom, but there are some fixed price stuff. In general, if you go to our website and go to the pricing tab, you'll see these different things. Each one has items listed on it. So this first one here, for instance, the website design price, that has a calculator on it. Pay monthly has a calculator. SEO packages also has a calculator actually, but they are like fixed prices, and so on, and support package on the end. So if I start down the end just because it's easier, so the support packages, we have the prices here. It's clearly listed, and then just bear in mind every price on our website is excluding VAT, so they will pay VAT on top, which is 20%. You'll see here what it includes, so it's very clear what it includes. There shouldn't be any sort of more information needed because it should all be on there. So that's the support packages. If I go to the reduced rate bundles, so we allow people a discount if they prepay for hours. So again, that's listed here. So 25 hours here is £900, which saves them £100. That's all pretty straightforward. If I go to the next one, we have SEO packages. Now this one we've gone back to having fixed prices. Actually, we had a calculator last time I saw it. So here we have fixed price packages. Very clear, tells you what they get. If I go to the next one, we have the instant web design price calculator. This is where it gets a bit more complicated. There is a video here. Someone's broken this page. I'll get that fixed. There is a video here that shows you how to use it. If I scroll down a little bit here and choose the hourly rate, so let's say this is where we have some flexibility. So our standard rate on the system is £60 per hour, but we have a reduced rate for eligible customers. But you can use this for anyone, so you can use it as a sales tool. So I'm going to say reduced rate on this particular one. The approach, so it talks you through on each one. This is very customer facing. So let's say we'll go for a silver one. I'll get this changed here to 2026, or get it removed. So we're going to go through and just choose what we want on these. So let's say silver. In fact, most customers actually have bronze, so I'm going to choose bronze. Let's add some content pages. They can add content writing if they want. They can add other stuff as well here if they want to as well. So the home page is already included, but if they want to, they can add additional page mockups. We can add this stuff. We can add features. They choose how much testing they want to have on the site and how much SEO they want, and it will give them the price at the end. They can click through to the next stage and give us the details, and that raises an order, or they can obviously just give us a call and talk it through. There is this, so it also generates at the same time a new all-inclusive monthly option. So they pay this amount up front and then this amount per month. That all-inclusive also includes the hosting, the maintenance, and all monthly events. There is a button there to reserve your build slot. There is a button there to book a discovery session. Hopefully that makes sense. The same thing for pay monthly websites. So these it's still a customized one. So let's just choose some options here. We'll keep that the same. We'll add some features, and it will tell you the initial payment and the monthly payment at the bottom. Again, someone's broken this one as well, so it's going to need some work. If they choose to pay annually, they get a discount. So again, this needs some TLC because someone's broke it. But in general, this does work. So you've got an initial payment and then a monthly payment. Okay, so that's how to get quotes on our website. For anything more custom, you would need to speak to one of the developers. So you would have to get the details together, speak to one of the developers, and they can estimate it. we then send these estimates to the customer. So there's two places in the system. So there's this estimates thing. So under sales estimates, I actually have one already typed out there. You can also set up templates. So if you send a similar estimate quite frequently, you can create templates. So I have one created already for a WordPress website. So if I create a new estimate here, I'll choose the customer. So let me use this one maybe. Actually, I'll tell you what, I'll send you this one. You can tag it to an existing project if there is one, but it's not essential. There's some extra options here for expiry date, etc. I typically set the expiry date to about 30 days later to put some pressure on them. They will get a reminder email that their quote is about to expire. You do have other information here like the sales agent, the status, etc. Now, this is where you would create it. So this black one here is the new item one. So if I just, I'll create one in a second actually. What I'm going to do is use a template first. So if I just select the template, it'll pre-populate. If I want to add anything to it, I go up to the black one and I can add it there. So there's our item name, there's a description if we want to, how many items there are, how much that item is, and whether it has tax or not. In general, all of our items will have tax. There's just some exceptions with some of the printed stuff. You can change the unit as well if you want to. So you can change that to be something else like liters of fluid or something like that. But in general, all ours will just be a unit. Okay, so hopefully that all makes sense. Say this item wants to be added, I can tick the button and it will come down to the bottom and added to the estimate. I can change any of these items, I can remove them, and the totals will update as we go. So here is the estimate here. We can, if we want to, add a payment plan. So this one, let's say, would be maybe like a percentage. So we'd add some percentages. So let's say there's 4 installments. The first one would be, let's say, 25%. Second one would be 25%. Third one would be 25%. And the last one would be 25%. I would then choose the date of when those installments are due as well. So maybe the first one is like the following month, sorry, and so on and so forth. I'm sure you get what I mean by that. You can add a note to the client. You can add any additional terms and conditions from there as well. You can save the estimate at the bottom, or you can save and send, or you can save and send later. So hopefully that will make sense. It's all pretty straightforward. Now, the system that we used to build our CRM on doesn't support sending an estimate to a lead. You can only send it to a customer, which is a bit annoying. So you have to go to proposals instead if it's a lead. So you would go new proposal, and you would add a subject. For instance, you would start typing out just like before, but it has a field here for who it's related to. So you would select the lead, then you would select that person again. So I'll do Unity. And hopefully there's a contact for Unity. There is no contact for Unity. I will go maybe Tilly Croy, because he's a lead at the moment. Choose him as an example. And it'll populate all this stuff. We can then still use those templates, the estimate templates, and it'll populate. And then just like before, we can save and send, or we can just save it. So hopefully that also makes sense. When someone has an estimate, so if I go to one of these existing ones and click on it, they are given various options. So this one's actually expired, which is annoying. Let me just change the date to a future date. Interestingly, even though I changed the date, it didn't change the status, which is kind of annoying. You would think it would be smart enough to do that. So I'm going to say it's sent. Okay, that's better. So when the customer views it, so if I go on here and view estimates customer, this is what they see. So they'll see the estimate, they can download it as a PDF, they can accept it or decline it. If they accept it, it'll automatically raise the invoice for the estimate, or if you've set up a payment plan, it will raise the first payment plan invoice. Payment plans automatically raise the other future payments once the date is elapsed. Hopefully that all makes sense. Any questions, give me a shout.